Good morning and welcome to the ADS Securities Markets Update. We'll start our video today with a look at the recent declines in the US dollar across the board, which occurred yesterday on no particular headlines. The US dollar almost gave up its Friday's gains, however, so far it seems to be another wave of short squeezing before the trend resumes. The only reasonable move was in the dollar CAD, which fell back toward to as low as 1.1113 on the back of the IVEY PMI, which came in much better than expected, rising toward 58.6 in September, up from 50.9, while the estimates were to rise slightly toward 53.4 only. This is also the highest reading since November of last year. The USD weakness also led commodities to recover. Again, gold spiked above 1200 and reaching as high as 1208, up from 1182. Silver also advanced above 17, reaching as high as 1740 per ounce, while the US equities also closed in red. Meanwhile, the US dollar weakness is likely to be short-lived and could be another short-term retracement, while buying dips will continue later today or maybe later this week. As for the Asian session today, there were some economic releases and events from New Zealand and Australia which had a medium impact on the markets. Beginning with New Zealand, the business confidence index posted the second quarterly decline in a row toward 19 in the third quarter, down from 32 in the second quarter of this year, and this is the lowest reading since the third quarter of 2012. In Australia, the AIG construction index expanded for the fourth month in a row, posting the highest reading since January of 2008 toward or at 59.1 in September, up from 55 in July. The most important event in this session was the Reserve Bank of Australia rate decision. The RBA left the cash rate target unchanged at 2.5% as widely expected. The bank also repeated that they sees a period of stability in rates and that the Aussie exchange rate remains high by the historical standard despite the recent declines. As for the European session ahead today, there are also a collection of economic figures from Germany, Switzerland and the UK which are likely to have a notable impact. Beginning with Germany, the industrial production is expected to decline by 1.4% in August after a rise of 1.9% in July. The production also may decline more than expected, especially with the sharp decline in the factory orders in August, which were released yesterday, showing a decline by 5.7%, which is the biggest monthly decline since 2009. In Switzerland, we will be focusing on the inflation and the retail figures today. The month-over-month CPI is expected to rise by 0.2% in September, comparing to no change in August. However, the year-over-year CPI also may show no growth, comparing to a slight increase of 0.1% during the same period. The year-over-year retail sales also in Switzerland set to rise by 0.8% in August after a decline of 0.6% in July. On the UK, manufacturing production is expected to rise by 0.2% in August, comparing to 0.3% in July, which would be the slowest growth in 3 months. The industrial production is also expected to rise by the same rate of 0.2% in August after a rise of 0.5% in July, which would be also the slowest since 3 months. In the US session today, we will be waiting for two economic figures from Canada and the US, which might have a slight impact on the markets across today. Beginning with Canada, the building permits is expected to decline sharply by 0.6% in August after a sharp decline of after a sharp increase of 11.8% in July. Finally, in the US, the jobs opening may rise to a new record high of 4.71 million in September, up from 4.67 million in late August. This is it for today. You can follow us on our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook and YouTube to get the latest economic releases, reports and analysis. Thank you for watching.